Oh, I see you.
All right.
What up? What up, dog?
Yeah, and sit around and enjoying the last few hours of the day.
You're the last few. Look how fucking nappy my hair is, dog. Goodness gracious.
Hey, you actually have a shirt on. Look at
Dude, it's rare that I don't even enjoy getting into real clothes, like getting into blue jeans and shit.
I don't either. If I don't have to, I sit around in damn Under Armour shorts and a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Where where my
as
where my days go.
as as much as I want to say, how agonizing and crazy a stay-at-home parent's daily life is, man. At the same time, it's got its really amazing fucking perks, like being able to stay in sweatpants and fucking no shirts all damn day, which is awesome. You know what I mean? So,
I've done it. I can't say I enjoyed it though. I ain't gonna lie to you. It made me feel kind of It was more or less after I got out. Same thing. Nicole started going to school and I started doing the stay-at-home dad thing, and everybody drove me fucking crazy. I don't know if I can handle that shit. I
yeah, man.
got like school, something. Right, lose my damn mind.
Well, it was crazy for me because it was exactly what I needed to happen, or what needed to happen for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I mean, because it was as soon as I got out. I got out in December of 14, and my daughter Abigail, my oldest, was born in January. And, I just went straight from being a 10-year, 5-tour active duty fucking United States Marine to being a stay-at-home, dependent mom dad. You know what I mean? And it was such a complete change of everything,
Mm.
and I had absolutely no choice but to either fucking adapt and fucking figure it the fuck out as it was happening, or not. You know what I mean? Or not. And I was dealing with, fucking all the separation and, shit from the Marine Corps, and still dealing with PTSD and shit. And, now I was a fucking dad, and I mean, it was just crazy, man. But it humbled the shit out of me, man. Like,
Yeah,
when I got sober, I thought I was humble, but when I moved out here and became a dad, and especially when my son was born, especially when Gabe came around, that was a brand new experience too, man. Going from one kid to two, and Gabe is a fucking terrorist,
mm.
and just yeah, it was
I got
crazy,
up there, and then they fight all the time. And they drive me completely insane. But I definitely on the not side of that. that I did not adapt well at all for probably about, I'd say, close to a year and a half, almost 2 years before I finally got my shit together. Started going to school, getting up and just stopped being a fucking loaf and spilling ourselves and woe is me. The Marine Corps didn't want me no more, and it wasn't.
it's hard.
It took me a little while to figure out that fucking there's more to life than wearing a fucking set of camis.
Yeah,
Can't
yeah.
miss the hell out of it, but I mean, I got fucking good things going now, and we're picking up and moving on, and it's life's getting better. So a lot of hard work, but fucking
Well, doesn't that kind of drive you to do it more? Is the fact that pursuing things, having a goal and pursuing it, and really just, you know, directing a lot of your kind of, your inner anxiety and your inner aggression like towards a goal, instead of just like at people.
like I've talked to Nicole about it a bunch of times. That's how I was while I was in. I mean, you remember me? I was a fucking prick. I was
But I loved you so much, dude.
I was always that about being out in front and fucking trying to be better than everybody and do everything better than
No, you weren't, dude. You were fucking awesome, man. You were a fucking damn good motherfucking
there was
leader, and you
time.
were a damn good Marine.
Dude, I was a competitive bitch. Like the whole reason I got out and talked and yelled and everything else is because I wanted to put myself out there in front of everybody, over everybody else. Sorry, I'm going to my kitchen, the lights off. Uh, being a fatty, I'm so hungry. earlier.
Well, I didn't know you as that, man. That's not what you were to me. What
Oh,
I
I
mean,
know.
you were a
Like
fucking big influence on me, man. You were a really big positive fucking
looking at it.
influence in my Marine Corps career.
Well, I mean, but looking at it from my perspective, though, and being honest with myself, because I'm the same way at school. I have to fucking be better than everybody. I want my papers to be better than everybody else, and fucking ask more questions and do all that shit. And yeah,
That's a good thing. What's
but
wrong with that?
it's also I feel kind of conceited. But anyway, but I had that attitude while I was in, and I lost it. Like when I got out, because I was like, well, fuck, if I didn't have this, then what was I? Because, you spent 10 years in, that's a long fucking time, dude. I spent fucking 14 roughly, and that was it. Like I didn't have any, I felt like I didn't have nothing else, and there was no way to start over. And,
You feel pretty helpless, dog. You feel pretty fucking helpless.
That's exactly
You
what.
know? Yeah, because I mean, you remember me too, man. Like I always thought I was gonna be some fucking 30-year crusty fucking master guns, man. I knew that when I was joining the Marine Corps that I had every intention on fucking making it a career. And that last year or two when I was in, man, it was not horrible or anything, man. It just was really, shitty for me because I was so upset because I knew that me and the Marine Corps were going opposite directions. You know what I mean? And it broke my motherfucking heart, because it just became more and more and more apparent. And then when I got NJP'd by that motherfucker, man, and it was just, you know, it was like I said, it was heartbreaking, man. I wish I would have fucking been able to go out on a little more better terms. You know what I mean? But I don't regret the way it happened, and I'm still extremely fucking happy and proud the way I got out. It just happened to go that way. Um,
Honestly, the more I think about it now, I don't think I'd have survived too much longer anyway.
yeah.
Marine Corps turning, because when I was out at the schoolhouse, which I mean that ruined me anyway. And what's sad is like I got out there, he literally walked up to me my first day, looked me dead in the face, and was like, "What the fuck are you doing here?" And I was like, "What do you mean? What am I doing here?" And he's like, "This is not the place for you, man." He's like, "People like you do not do well here." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You'll see." And then like for a while, I was a rock star at that fucking. I worked my ass off all the time, but I was like the guy. Like everybody loved me. All the stuff was great. And then, Rice died, and downhill from there. They started poking into everything, looking at how everybody was doing stuff. All these students coming around saying they wanted to kill themselves so they could get, and it really was so they could get a different MOS because they didn't want to be AAV crewmen, which is funny because we had this fucking kick-ass first sergeant who's like, "Oh, you don't want to be a fucking AAV crewman, huh? Fine." And he made them all fucking cooks. So they're out learning how to make like potato casserole and shit.
Good.
But
Good.
yeah, man. We had one incident where we had the staff sergeant who got pissed off at fucking kids and decided to take them on a pack run. Only he wasn't on a pack. And
Oh.
yeah, and the sergeant major saw that shit and just went downhill from there. And then because I am who I am, or was who I was, should I say, yelling, screaming, throwing stuff at students, which I mean, they respected the shit out of me and they learned a lot from me, but I was hard on them because that's how you had to fucking be. My name got fucking thrown out by everybody in the company. It's all called Sergeant Willard, da, 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 and the whole company just turned on me in a fucking heartbeat. In addition to that, and
wow.
Yeah, and in addition to that, and the way the numbers were going, nobody was getting promoted to staff. I just broke because I'd fucking put so much into myself, into my career at that point, that I think all that stress just finally caught up to me. We were in California. We were a lot of shit going on with that at North Carolina, that one that was out there in Richland. And it was just like literally from there until a couple of years after I got out, it was just me crashing and burning, dude. Almost a 4-year period. And like it was slow burning, don't get me wrong. but when I retired, it just the dam broke, man, and uh, and I didn't have a whole lot really left of myself to give. I became a selfish piece of shit. All I cared about was me, and it was just, it.
Thought everybody owed you something.
Yeah, and it hurt my fucking family. It hurt everybody. And it took a lot of self-reflection on my part to sit honest about things for once and realize what the fuck I was doing and how stupid I was being. And up in Nicole slapped me around a little bit.
Yeah, which I'm sure she did.
Oh yeah, she did. She put it on me for a little while there, but for good reason. But yeah, man. But I mean, hell, dude, I'm looking at where I'm at now. And I think being honest on that part of myself and realizing what the hell I needed to do. Because, I mean, dude, we went bankrupt. We lost everything we fucking had. Like, it was bad, dude. And, we had some good people helping us. Her grandfather helped us out. My parents helped us out a bunch. Not money. I don't like taking money from people, but, like, my dad helped me go out and remodel a house that her grandfather had that he let us stay in essentially for free for almost a fucking.
What? That's pretty fucking awesome.
Some things went down with that the situation didn't end as well as I wish it would have. Because he's a good dude, but also one of these really kind of overbearing people. He's always in your business. Like, he'd come over and be like, the grass is, 3 inches high. But I mean, what's this fucking house? And I wasn't paying rent, so I mean, what could I say,
Yeah.
Tolerated is like, hey, you're doing something for me, so, under normal circumstances, I'd have told you to go fuck yourself, but like, you're helping me out, and I'm not going to do that. You don't buy things.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we finally we got our shit together, and it took a couple of years, but how fuck, dude, we're closing on a house in 2 weeks.
Yeah. I remember seeing something the pictures on Facebook you were posting. I remember seeing that shit, man. That's gangster as fuck, man. Congratulations.
Bankrupt to having nothing. I'll be graduating college soon. Cole will be getting her nursing shit going on. Buying a house. Just bought me a Toyota Camry. It's a fucking damn good car, by the way.
And isn't it crazy? I mean, I know you probably have reflected with the amount of self-adversity that you've had to go through, conquering all the inner demons, everything up here and in here, like I always attribute it to everything that's going on up here and everything you feel in here aren't communicating. Nothing fucking, there's no talking, and you're just fucking everywhere else, and you have to do all the self-reflection in the fucking world, because the only way you can really truly fix the shit you're fucked up at is if you know and truly fucking are honest with yourself of exactly what you're fucked up with, and that only comes with all the reflection and shit. And then once you kind of get your life back on track, at least for me, having conversations like this, like reconnecting with brothers that have done the exact same thing, that have gone through some really traumatic shit, because I've been through much of the same thing as well. Like, my house in North Carolina got foreclosed on, man, I mean, I couldn't sell it, and I couldn't even short sale it. So it was with the VA loan, you can do that deed in lieu of foreclosure shit, which was basically saying, hey, this person, because they're in the military, under whatever circumstances, had their house foreclosed on, and like that when you get into that kind of financial fucking issues and everything like that. And that was right when I was getting out, because I got involuntarily separated and fucking we were expecting the baby, and I was moving and all that kind of shit. So it was just really chaotic all right around the time I was getting out, and it was super, super crazy. So, like having gone past all that and then reflecting back on a lot of the things that we've had to fucking get over, like I said, having conversations like this are just, to me, they're supposed to happen, dog. You know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to fucking reconnect with the fucking people you were close to. Like, remember how fucking tight we were in Iraq, man? And even fucking, I mean, me and you were fucking tight as fuck, man. You're one of my fucking best friends. You know what I mean? Like, literally. And all the shit that we fucking did together, You know, I mean, and that's one thing that I really realized since I've kind of started doing this is I have been the happiest I've ever fucking been when the people that I care about are in my life. You know what I mean? And when I got out and completely excluded myself over here, I completely jumped off the face of the fucking earth. You know, I needed to do all that because it really did make me realize that holy shit, you know, I don't need to be happy with any bullshit or anything. All I want is the people I care about. You know what I mean? And that's when I'm fucking happiest. You know, so that's what's kind of fucking started to really spark this fucking path that I'm on, you know, and started doing all this shit, you know, and then lead to this, man, you know, we're fucking reconnecting, you know what I mean? So,
What I like about like how you were talking about the social media thing, because like even like Nicole, anybody, like I don't have fucking friends here. I don't. There's not a lot of people that I could really let myself get close with, or really relate to, especially at college. I mean, there's veterans up there, you know, like us, you know, would converse with this master, like old retired master guns, every morning when I'd go in for class, and he was a good, you know, there's a couple other people, like there's an airman, that's in that I talk to sometimes in the morning. He asks me all these crazy questions about, or like I'm like, dude, you're in the fucking military. I mean, it couldn't have been that much fucking different, you know. They had different jobs, and the attitudes of the people were, you know, just because. But I was like, but it's the military, man. I mean, you serve, no matter what fucking branch it was in. Like, granted, we brag all the time about that kind of stuff, but you know, there's another dude who was in the National Guard that's in my medieval history class right now that we talk a lot. You know, it's not. It's just not, you know, because I mean, I didn't go through people, so it's hard to really relate. Like you can tell stories, you know, but like the story is just a story if the person that's there didn't experience it with you, because it's hard to really put that across to somebody.
well, you know, it's weird, man. When you have this conversation, people really do assume if you're in the military, you've had the same experience. And you know, I was telling this, I forget who it was the other day. Like, not only is being in the Marine Corps the smallest branch, not only is that as like less than 1% of the population, but even like less than 1% of the Marine Corps actually goes into combat. You know what I mean? So, you know, we are a small fraction of a small fraction. You know what I mean? So, I mean, we think there is this, you know, huge epidemic of fucking PTSD, which there obviously is with all the suicides and everything like that, but people still fucking, like, we personally still forget, like, it's still a very fucking small fraction of people who actually fucking went and fought the war. You know what I mean? And the majority of people who fucking are in the military don't experience combat,
I
you
don't know
know?
if you saw it or not, but there's an article I posted a while back. Uh, I can keep wanting to call him General Mattis because he's not anymore. But Secretary of Defense.
He's always going to be General Mattis, dog. He's always going to be fucking General Mattis. Just don't even call him secretary.
Uh, he fucking is trying to get essentially instituted across all branches of service that if you are non-deployable, they do not want you. Then they're going to boot you out. Because there's so many people dodging deployments, doing anything they can to not go. Like you've seen them, dude. Fucking pointing her out at the Haskell. You know, she fucking had every single ribbon available for special duties, and it was just one after another after another. I'm saying I don't fucking respect the shit out of her for what she was doing, but there's people that do that kind of stuff. You know, they'll find any job that they can do to keep from having to fucking go overseas. You know, or like there's not naming names. Nicole knows who I'm talking about, but you know, a buddy of mine's wife got pregnant over and over and over again because she didn't want to fucking deploy. And every time a deployment would come, oh, I'm pregnant, I can't go. It's like, oh, what the fuck? Are you see? I thought you were on birth control. Like,
Mm.
you know, and but that's garbage. Like, if you don't enlist in the military to do something other than sit in a fucking office all goddamn day and collect a paycheck, then what the fuck good are you? And
Mm.
that's just how I look at it. But I'm also one of these idiots. It's like I think there should be some kind of mandatory civil service for everybody for 2 years after they get out of high school.
Well, dude, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I love you so much, brother. Okay, so, ah, I I try so hard to really try to really consider as many things as I possibly fucking can, and specifically with this topic, you know, let me start by saying I care about the fucking the rights of the natural rights of all fucking people, just naturally, you know what I mean? However, with the legal side of things, which I'm not trying to convince myself, but I'm really arguing the point, but earning certain rights,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Um, and not forcing people to earn those rights, not forcing it on you, but giving you the option if you want these certain rights as a citizen to vote, to own a gun, whatever,
Go straight
you
up.
have to fucking serve.
I mean,
What's up?
I was gonna say go straight up Starship Troopers with that shit.
I'm just,
That's exactly what it is. But when you
it's just,
like we have here, before they started this thing called Reconnect across colleges, to where now, like, even if you're an adult and you have been out of college for a long time, you can come in, and at least I think the first 2 years at any community college is going to be free. But before that, like, me and Nicole were attending Ball State for our first couple of years, and the kids there, if you were coming out of high school, your college was free. You didn't have to pay for shit, any of it. You had the lottery scholarship on top of fucking FAFSA, and then they would pay for your college. However, here's the caveat: you had to do 8 hours of some kind of public service a month. 8 fucking hours.
Every 6 months.
It's every 6 months, not every month.
No.
8 hours every 6 months. So 8 hours. That's not even like 45 minutes spread across 6 months. The fucking it adds up to. And these little motherfuckers would bitch about it. They would be sitting there complaining because they had to do 8 hours of public service. And I'm sitting here like just like slapping myself in the fucking forehead. Like, what are you people saying? Like, do you know what I had to go through to get the fucking GI Bill? Go fucking scoop some shit off the side of the fucking road and get the fuck over it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is kind of when I say civil, like the military or anything. I mean, you could do anything. Like, go fucking clean up trash on the side of the fucking road. Go be a garbage man. Leave these public service jobs. These people are making buku bucks. Like, you see these dickheads filling potholes on the side of the street and bank, and all they do is fucking stand there for 8 hours a fucking day, twirling a sign. Go do that for 2 fucking years. Learn what it feels like to actually have to be a servant to other people, to give you some fucking humility. And then, you know what? You can get your 2 free years of college. I'm cool with it. Earn your time back. But it's just dumb. It just is. It frustrates the piss out of me, and that's why. Because you see these little motherfuckers in college. I mean, you had this conversation. You were talking about that one dude that was arguing with the professor because of fucking whatever stupid leftist SJW bullshit was going on. You know.
it was horrible.
Yeah. And I deal with that shit all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
But I was really actually excited, not excited, but when I first met the guy, I was like, oh, you know, immediately like, oh my gosh, I'm just completely you know, I just want to immediately. But it was one of those moments when I intentionally thought of the perspective that this was an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, I really try to fucking say that I am as open-minded as I fucking possibly can be, and I try to treat everyone as I fucking good as I can. Well, this was an opportunity to fucking do that. You know what I mean? I don't know why Yeah, there he is.
I lost you. Where'd you go?
There he is.
I don't know what the hell happened, man. Shit just went crazy.
Yeah, I think because Ty jumped in and fucked it all up.
Oh, man.
Yeah, his computer's always usually jacked up. But fuck, what the hell? That back to what we were talking about, man. Like, so Ty, we were just kind of on the talking about earning rights, the concept and the idea of doing that, and I Ty knows, you know, and you do too, Joey. Like, I love history and especially the founding that time period. But in light of everything that's happening now and the way things are going, I not that I would really fucking not that I believe in this, but I'm really, really, like I said, just kicking around the concept of doing that, of really, once you turn fucking whatever the fuck, 18 years old, or never, you know what I mean? You can choose to first responders, fucking
Mhm.
social workers, the military, firemen, whatever the fuck, but a public servant of some sort that's, you know, um, it teaches you fucking a little bit more about fucking life than most bullshit. You know what I mean? And it really requires sacrifice and really requires hard fucking work and being able to do for others. You know what I mean? And like you're talking about that, learning humility and discipline and self on all those fucking things is, I think, extremely vital for young adults to get that structure, that discipline, that humility. You know what I mean? And I don't think you should force that on anybody ever. But
Oh,
I
you
mean,
see it in the military, dude. There's some dickheads in the military. Like been in for years and years. No assholes. Don't give a shit about nobody except themselves. And I mean that's something you just can't get away from. There's just some shitty people
human beings are human beings, wherever fucking group you're in.
do about that, but at least it gives people the opportunity. And I think like a big part of it is because they don't teach things like civics and things like that more and civic duty in schools. Because I mean, when I went through, we had at least an American government class that we had to sit through, and I didn't pay attention to none of it. But but I guess it really didn't good. But they don't teach that kind of respect for other people. I mean, you see it on social media everywhere. If like you just go out to a damn store and watch people talk shit about people relentlessly, that they don't even fucking know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I crack on people in Walmart and shit all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, you almost have to. But I'm talking about just saying some hurtful, mean shit, just being fucking pricks. And they are everywhere. And it sucks because it's just like that's just what everybody's turning into nowadays.
Well, and you know what, man? I gotta be honest. I really have gotten to the point where literally, as grumpy and I used to be fucking. Oh, I'm such a fucking angry tough guy. I'm the drunk biker marine fucking tough guy. And being a father of a daughter just completely stripped all that bullshit away. And it really fucking really makes me happy, and I try to fucking be as good of a person like I was talking about, man, because so many fucking people are just assholes for no fucking reason, and
Mm-hmm.
selfish and bitter and cruel for no fucking reason. You know what I mean? And a lot of that is on social media, man. And as much as I didn't want to fucking give a fuck about social media before, that's an actual thing, and it really fucking makes me just want to, every time that I have the opportunity to be fucking mad and pissed off and be the angry fucking vet marine tough guy. I always try to do the opposite. I really fucking do. Because that's what's really fucking hard. Not to really start motherfucking people and calling motherfucker, but yeah, actually fucking being just completely opposed to all the negative bullshit, not even engaging in it, man. And that's what works for me. You know what I mean? Like I really, I can be completely aware of everything, but actually engaging in bullshit like arguments online and responding to shit on fucking comments and posting shit about like really vindictive political stuff, like, oh fuck this, like I just fuck all that, man. You know what I mean?
Something's
Like I don't.
really fucked up. I'll definitely have to point it out. Like I feel like I have to. And it's just not so much.
Somebody smarter than me somewhere will do it. I don't have
Well,
to.
it's not that. It's just that I look at it like it's going to. I try not to look at things from a perspective like you see these assholes out on the side of the street with signs, which is all fine and well and good. You want to go protest and scream at people that don't give a fuck, by all means, do what you got to do. But I look at it as if I'm going to try and point things out and I'm going to try and get a perspective known, I'm going to do the people closest to me, or at least the people that I know. And it's not from an echo chamber point of view, because there's a lot of people I know that don't agree with me. I mean, you go on my page and you just look up one of my old sociology professors. Me and her go back and forth all the time on shit. And but the thing is, she has a degree in that shit, so she ain't gonna come at me with some bullshit. She gonna come at me with some like legit research and things like that, and I appreciate the fuck out of that. But at the same time, like I said, so far left, she's spinning in fucking circles. You know what I'm saying? like like she's left wing, like out the goddamn field, but not a bad person though. She's not one of these kind of people that look at me and call me a racist or anything because of my point of view.
Yeah, and you know what's funny, man, is that's what I rarely get into political bullshit, man, because like especially the political state as it exists today really just completely repulses me.
Oh yeah.
But what I get into with people is not so much, political beliefs or anything, because I don't give a shit about what's happening right now. But I'll ask people about why do you believe that? You know what? And I'll get into about more about who they are. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And why they believe in
So
shit.
level.
Not so much. I really will just ask them questions about yourself because I'm legitimately interested. You know what I mean? So it's just I don't know. I really try to be convinced by people. Like really change my mind. Why is your belief system or why are your whatever? Convince me. You know what I mean? Make the argument.
Well,
You know?
I try not to go at things from a Republican or a Democrat point of view because I think
Ugh,
I
no, fuck that.
look at it
Ugh.
from a historical point of view, like all this stuff going on with this trade tariff bullshit. That Trump's pulling right now, and I got buddies of mine that like I'll point things out. It's like, hey, what about this, or this? Like there's these guys. Okay, when Walmart and Dick's Sporting Good and all these other people came out selling the AR-15, and this dude is going to sue them over it. I'm like, now hang on, weren't you the same dickheads that not too long ago were bitching because this fucking Christian baker was getting sued by a gay couple? He didn't want to make him a gay. And y'all were saying that was wrong. How could these fucking gay people do this? Da 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 da. Which there was more to the story. Don't get me wrong, way more story than what was told. But then they're going to turn around and be like, "Oh no, this is perfectly okay." When it's the exact same shit. You just change around a couple of different facts here or there, but it's the same thing. And regardless of whatever political ideology is, doesn't make it fucking right or goddamn wrong. You know,
I don't know if I say. I mean, I don't think I could agree that I would equate that, but I definitely understand the point you're making. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And yeah, I would agree that it's. I would agree that it's the same thing essentially. It really essentially is the same thing. But at the same time, yeah, a lot of context matters in equating those. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And literally, you can equate the two scenarios because one you could argue is a moral argument, and the other one you could argue is immoral. You know what I mean? You could really bring that in there and make a on
I'm,
not a legal fucking base, but on a fucking just a general fucking principle. You know what I mean? Not legality, but just fucking principle of the matter. You know
I'm
what I mean?
at
How
it
do you feel
like
about it?
Supreme Court level legality. Like it's a fucking privately
Yeah,
and it's a privately owned business. And who are you to tell them what the fuck to do with their business?
yeah, I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
And like, granted, like the thing is like the gay couple, they went hours out of their way to go to this one bakery. So what they were trying to. They were trying to motherfuckers and make it a big ordeal. And how is my fucking battery? Are you almost dead? Uh,
Ty, is your mic? I'm sorry, Joe. Ty, is your mic fucking working? You got that fixed or what? Yeah, no, we can't still fucking hear you. But yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like to me, that definitely matters, man. Like it's context. I mean, because legality, man. To me, right now, Megan, what's up, man? Holy crap, you are huge, dude. He is your clone.
he done ninja.
Holy shit, Jesus, dude.
Boy, making them fucking ghost noises at me.
That is your mini me, man. Holy crap. Jeez, that's funny. But yeah,
Nope.
um,
And
oh shit, there goes Ty.
he probably needed to fix his gear.
Yeah, but shit, what were we just on? Damn it.
No, the whole court case thing. But
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, because legality and arguing politics and legality and things like that. I literally, like I said before, I'm so disinterested in all things big government and legality and all that shit because it's all just completely 100% corrupt and pure. It just it's horrible, you know. So I don't think there's. I don't really believe there's a whole fuck ton of really good guys or gals in the upper echelons of government. You know what I mean? I think there's only a handful. You know what I mean? Of actual good guys, and the rest I think are fucking just out for themselves, selfish, corrupt, fucking. And what? Not even just politicians, business, all that shit. The whole fucking DC government, fucking all that crap. You know what I mean? But
Oh yeah.
I don't try to pretend like I know anything about any of it. Like, oh, you didn't fucking. I have no I fucking idea, man. I know what I believe. I know that I believe the people that I listen to. You know what I mean? But as far as actually giving a shit about all the fucking, ins and outs of the political crap, man, and the celebrity bullshit, I just.
They're fucking. They have their opinion. They have their fucking right to it, and I can't say they don't. But for them to sit there and say that they're goddamn morally superior to everybody because we're fucking superstars. But when you think about it, I mean, look at how people fucking treat them. You know what I'm saying? You treat the motherfuckers like gods, where they're going to start fucking thinking they are and start thinking their
Mhm.
opinions mean more than everybody else's, and it's fucking stupid. But you put somebody on a pedestal, eventually they're going to start fucking spitting on you from fucking that high up.
Well, I'll tell you, man, that's another pretty large reason why I'm pursuing all of this. You know what I mean? Is because I have. So I love Hollywood. I love movies
Oh,
and shows. I have loved it since I was a kid. I have I used to watch the Oscars. I would watch the Grammys. All that shit. I loved it. And then when all this politically correct fucking shit started happening, it was starting to kill me. You know what I mean? Because all the things that I love so much, it was just grinding a dagger into my heart. And anyway, it just pursuing the entrepreneurial goals that I have, that's just something that I always want to fucking kind of combat is like, you know what, Hollywood, all this shit that I would love to fucking pursue and do and see and create and shit that I think would be fucking cool. I bet you there's some fucking people that are, from the same background as fucking me, that thanks to now technology and social media and all that shit can do it a lot better than you know what I mean? And aren't you more specifically, you know what I mean? Because like my man Gary V likes to say, man, that little fucking cell phone, this fucking thing, you know, gives you the power to fucking do whatever, no? And that's a big reason why the podcast is happening,
no, I enjoy it. I like just being able to share perspective because I mean, like Nicole, like it frustrates her because like the way school school's kind of fucked me up. Like I think about things too much now, especially like looking at things historically because we're like you got people today that like to look at past events through a present day lens and look and scoff at like, oh, I can't believe Thomas Jefferson owned slaves. Oh, pull down the Thomas Jefferson statues and all this other dumb shit. Not knowing the fucking story behind it. Okay, yeah, him and Sally Hemings had an affair. Well, he really didn't affair. His wife was fucking dead. And they had kids together. And he's like, well, he didn't marry. He kept her as a slave so he could have sex. But it's like, no, the law said he couldn't goddamn marry her because she fucking had a percentage of fucking American blood in her body. Fucking marry her. Fucking do your research, dickhead. But what are you doing? Look at this
Jeez, look at this one. Holy
one.
crap.
Hog. He said he wanted to be a YouTuber when he gets older.
Hey man,
Guys, take your ass out of here. What are you doing?
rewind a year ago and I would have said you don't want to fucking be that. But
No, he makes.
now, hey.
But anyway, yeah, but like, yeah, but I'll do it the opposite way though, because I'm majoring in history and I'm minoring in sociology and political science. So those three in combination, it helps me look and trace things from certain events in the past to see how we got to where we are today and how we have on advancing. And that's the only reason I get so butthurt. I was talking about the tariff thing. It's already happened. All the events we're seeing right now with Trump happened previously in history.
Well, that was World War One with the Smooth Holly terrorists, man. That was
Mhm.
fucking very, very fucking Great Depression. Excuse me, not World War One. Fucking Great Depression. And Yeah, I mean
And
that
that's
historically
why
has never been a good thing.
worldwide. And
His shit is so fucked up. But yeah, man, no, I hate, and I don't like to argue with people, man, but I definitely like to fucking just conversate about or history because I completely 100% in order for me to appreciate a conversation, I can't try to be right or convince or anything like I really want to fucking be convinced, you know what I mean? Like make me believe, you know what I mean? And if it's contrary to something that I think I believe or that I believe to be true, you know, I'm not going to try to convince the other person or call them stupid. Like, look, man, I just from what I know, this is my belief and I'm not going to tell you you're wrong. I mean, you believe if that's what really you want to believe, that's your fucking choice, man.
that's the thing is, I don't try to change beliefs. I just point
Yeah.
things out that people ignore, like the stuff that's like I was saying. If it's something that you can back something up, like don't like. Here's how I look. If you're going to come to me in a conversation with something, you better have something to fucking back it up outside of Wikipedia. Like something, like I want you to give me some good info, and I want you to back up whatever you say with that information. And because that to me isn't debate, that's not argument, that's informing people. It's, hey, like let me know something. If you're going to let me know something, let me know what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and I definitely do agree with that, and I definitely fucking do. However, I would also fucking say that I do not go into a conversation and looking for people to be able to rattle off names and dates and stats and all that kind of shit because I don't think that an education fucking correlates to intelligence. You know what I mean? Some of the most educated people that I've ever fucking met are the dumbest motherfuckers. And just because you can have a conversation, rattle off some numbers and some dates, does not mean you have an intellectual perspective on whatever the fuck you're talking about. That just means you can really parrot some shit off and make it sound like you're smart, but you're really not saying anything.
No,
You know
that's
what I mean?
what I'm saying though. What I'm saying is like if you're
Yeah,
you
I know, but people like to
need to have
pretend that because I can say big words and shit, you know.
you need to sit there and
Education just means you can remember shit.
There you are, Ty. Hi. There you are.
you got to fucking
That
you got to sit there and say
my
this to
bad,
the
y'all.
camera and
Fucking crappy computer. Yeah,
the
education just
whole.
means you can remember shit. That's all.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to come at me with something, don't fucking just be like, well, why do you believe this? Why do you think this? Be like, well, because it's fucking do, and have some dumbass fucking reason for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be something.
Yes.
Back it up, some kind of fucking something that's got some substance to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't got to bust out statistics. If you can do that fucking Rain Man ass shit where you can pull out numbers out of your ass and everything else, fucking good on you. By all means, go bench your
Yeah.
fucking somewhere else then, because I don't fucking need that. I just need a legitimate reason why.
Yeah.
And that's not something that you get a lot anymore. You know, like, okay, well, why do you think that fucking the way I believe is wrong? Well, because you're racist. What? I've gotten that a lot. I've gotten that a lot. I had a girl
Yeah.
the other day that fucking I would
I've got that.
like hard life because I'm white, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what kind of nonsense are you spouting right now that my skin color lets you know exactly what kind of a privileged life I fucking had?
Dog,
Yep.
that guy in college, man, that dude that was in my fucking criminal the diversity class, man. I mean, the most racist person I've ever met in my fucking life, and I have known some motherfucking like skinhead motherfuckers, dude. And this
Those
guy in my class,
parents were,
his name, I couldn't believe it, man. Like literally tell me I couldn't understand him because I'm white, you
yeah,
know. And I was
that's
just,
the thing.
oh my gosh.
And like that's the perspective that's getting spread around nowadays. Like fucking, and this is what I try to tell people. And why I'm so hard up for military service is it's a great equalizer. It teaches you a lot
Yeah,
of people that you would never interact with on a daily basis. When you get there, you're treated like shit, regardless
me and Ty talk
of
about this
what
all the time,
you
dog.
know.
Me and Ty talk, we talk about this all the time.
Like most of like, and that's the thing is like I don't know if you remember what my section looked like when I fucking started putting them together. There was two white people in that whole section. Otherwise, it was black people. And people used to crack about it. It's like, what are you trying to fucking run a plantation? I'm like, no, motherfucker. It's just group I'm along with, you know, like they just are. And I'm like, I just get along with them fucking better because you know why? I grew up dirt fucking poor out in the fucking backwoods of Tennessee in a goddamn trailer. Dude, I grew up on fucking, I shit you not, the road I grew up on was called Tater Peeler Road. That ain't some fucking
Tater
ass shit.
Peeler
Tater
Road.
Road. It was a trailer park behind a fucking Walmart.
I love it, dog.
Like,
I love it.
like
You are white trash, dog.
trash. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I grew up. I grew up with fucking next to nothing, with parents that had to fucking scrape and work, do everything they could to fucking get by. You know, and when I went in the military, fucking, of course, all the people that fucking I got along with were people that probably came from a similar background. You know, that just did not give a fuck and would say whatever the hell they felt like saying because fuck you. And
Because you're a real person, dog, and you don't give a shit because you're a real person.
and that's the thing, though, like, and it fucking, like, I lost my shit on that girl. I'm like, who the fuck are you to goddamn say that just because I'm a fucking white dude? And yeah, don't get me wrong, there's definitely fucking certain, you know, structural things that fucking have happened through the fucking last goddamn even 50 fucking years, that there's going to be differences between how we're looked at. But at the same time, don't fucking think that I fucking grew up in this fucking, you know, silver spoon fucking Brady. Got a little bit less melanin in my fucking body than you do.
I just like to tell people, man, if I've lived a fucking easy life, man, I got sold a fucking rotten deal, man. If you call my life's been easy, that's some bullshit. I'll be right back.
Yeah, man, fucking, I don't know, dude. You were looking kind of lost there for a minute, brother. I was like, what the hell's going on? He's like, hey,
No, it's cause so the computer that I'm working off of now is my wife's old Dell Inspiron computer from like fucking 2008, and it's got like those old like cameras that when you move, it's like it takes a long time to fucking track where you're at. Then the sound wasn't working because I make beats off of this computer now. The other computer that I had, while it worked and I was perfectly able to fucking record, it kept crashing on me. So all the shit that I was doing with my music and all that, it just kept fucking up. So I'm using my wife's computer and it's a piece of shit. So I'm at a point where I just gotta invest in something a little bit better. So right now I'm recording off my phone, but they bitch at me all the time about me being on my phone trying to record because I don't get that good service. So I'm probably gonna get bitched at a little bit more here, but it's all good. Fuck it.
you can look pitiful at them all you want to. They don't care.
Hey, pitiful guy, you'll be all right, brother.
He's a turd. See?
Don't let him call you a turd. Tell him you're a hard charging, motivated motherfucking. I don't say motherfucking, but
Yeah, no, he will. He got in trouble for saying that in school the other day.
oh, did you?
First grade, dropping F-bombs.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I wonder whose fault that is.
Oh, it's mine. It's mine. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He calls me out on bad words now, so I try not to say him too much around. But yeah, man. No, I'm sitting here holding my phone like a dope because I don't have a camera on. We got a laptop and I've got a computer.
Well, let me. You say you're holding your phone. I'm gonna show you how my phone is set up real quick. I am. Oh, how do you reverse this thing? There you go. My phone is literally sitting inside that cup.
Why?
Hey,
That's
adapt and overcome, right?
Yeah, fucking goddamn it. My phone
dude.
was reverse the camera.
Kevin's was leaned up against a Captain Morgan bottle.
So I don't know if you remember me like at all.
I don't. I'm not gonna, dude. I was back once we got back from Afghan, man. Like I was there for about 2 seconds. I went to sergeant's course, went to drill instructor school, came back, got shipped off to California 2 weeks later. I was a blur in that place after I got back.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you were DI in Cali or what?
No, man. I got hurt literally supposed to graduate. I fractured my pelvic bone while I was down there.
Yeah. What the fuck? It's like all the Delta dudes to get hurt like before they go to DI school and shit.
No, dude, we were running the O course, right? And it was like the second time we were doing it. So we were still fairly early on into the school. And I went to go, where you got to run down the logs and then jump over the tall log before you hit the wall? I went to go jump over that wall and I fucking scissored that shit. And like if my nuts had been about an inch lower, they wouldn't exist no more. That's how. And I rolled over and fell off and was
man.
And that master sergeant, I can't think of his name, but Deej, I know he's down there. Yeah, come up to me. He's like, "What are you doing? There's recruits over here. You better get it." Like, start going off on me and shit. So I got up and finished the O course, like it feeling like somebody was driving a nail into my crotch. And I got off the rope, and literally, as soon as I touched the ground, I just dropped, and they had to drag me over to the truck. And, like, dude, they had me doing Percocets, all kind of shit, man. I had to go get a hammer shoved down my dick hole to make sure all my stuff was still working. And then they did x-rays and saw a fracture went from the center of my pelvic bone most of the way up. And they were like, man, there's nothing we can do except tell you to take it easy. We can't put you in a cast. We can't do anything.
Ain't shit.
And that first sergeant down there, he's like, hey, man, he's like, do you think you can make it through school? And literally, I went the rest of the time we were there on a fractured pelvic bone. They made me do PT, but it was like real easy stuff. Like I wasn't allowed to go run, obviously. But then, like a lot of things, like they wouldn't let me do, just obviously because I couldn't fucking walk hardly. You know, but I still did everything else, and I was still like number 4 in the fucking class on top of all that shit. It got to the point to where they were like, look, there's times when you can barely stand up. We can't fucking keep you down here. And they called Master Guns Herms, was like, hey, if we send him back to you, are you going to let him come back? And he was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, and fucking I got back there, and he's like, no, you had your shot. You're not going back. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I was so fucking pissed about it. And then he's like, but we'll send you out to the schoolhouse. You have 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, it's fantastic. Like, baby just born.
So you were an instructor?
You what?
I said, so you were an instructor at the schoolhouse then for some time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yes, I was. It was fucking garbage.
Yeah, no, me and Joey got pretty tight because we were roommates in Iraq, and it was me, him, and motherfucker. It was another very, very dear friend of mine who I love to death. But we had some funny, oh, we had fucking good times there, man. There was some good times in Iraq, but Joey too was there for a lot.
I always wanted to talk to you. There was this fucking time that fucking I can't remember who it was, but they had gotten fucking drunk as shit off like NyQuil or something, and was acting all fucking stupid in one of the other platoons we was in Iraq. And then all of a sudden, the command started going room to room, searching everybody's shit, looking for alcohol and everything else. And they come in there, and I was the only person in there. We're fucking gone. And fucking shit, I can't think of what was his name. What was his name? Master Sergeant, big black dude. He's a Master Guns now. Yeah, Master. Come like I forgot everybody's name. I don't even think about that shit early. But
dude, I love that man.
But he come in, he looks me dead in the face. He's like, "Now you're a sergeant, so I'm going to trust you." He's like, "Why aren't you supposed to have alcohol? Like, I think we're supposed to have it. This fucking Iraq. Why the fuck would you want liquor here?" I was like, "Stupid." And I was like, "Besides, you know, Staff Sergeant go through my fucking packages all the goddamn time anyway. I'd never be able to fucking have it." And Gunny just standing there looking at me. He's like, that was the right fucking answer. I'm like, all right. He's like, well, you're sergeant, so I'm not going to search your fucking room. He leaves, and immediately I start going through that fucking room, and you and my fucking client had a goddamn bottle of Jack Daniel stuffed up under his fucking mattress. The fucking goddamn search that shit. With me standing there, I swear to God, I left you buried in the fucking ramp.
I have no recollection.
Yeah.
Upset. I really don't, dog. Like,
I remember y'all coming to damn Super Bowl drunk as fuck, waking me up, slap me in the head and shit, and I'm like, "Fuckers, leave me alone." He's like, "You never guess what happened." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Fucking New York Giants just won the Super Bowl. Motherfucker caught football on his helmet, and it was fucking crazy." And then I'm like, you know, like 3 hours ago, patrol, leave me fuck alone.
So that was in 2008 then, right? That was in, holy shit, I wasn't even in the Marine Corps yet.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, man, that was 2008, wasn't it? Holy shit.
Yeah, but I remember that because I'm a fucking Giants fan, so I remember that year, like, fucking vividly. So damn, y'all motherfuckers was in Iraq kicking doors while I was
that was Ty, we were on patrol. I was on patrol on Christmas Day in 2007, and it was snowing in downtown motherfucking Fallujah, Iraq. You know what I mean? It was snowing on motherfucking Christmas Day. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy.
So
Yeah, fucking good times, man. It was just, yeah. I would kill you, dude. Bug more or less because it was under his shit. But if he'd fucking picked that mattress up, I was like, how much shit I'd have been in. Because I went in there and like, how was I going to explain? I was like, well, I didn't fucking know. I was like, okay, bitch, you fucking live in a goddamn 3x5 cell with 2 other fucking people, like.
and fucking would have ate your face.
I swear to fucking God, I'd have ate that motherfucker's 9mm. I ain't gonna lie to you. But
I got to talk to him not too long ago. It was before I went on my trip, Ty, and it was a little bit right before I fucking went on the trip.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, he's going through a lot of stuff too, man. You know what I mean? I mean, he's got a lot of shit going on in his life, as do we all, you know, and all significant shit. You know what I mean? And just because you fucking, you know, had served for fucking however long, be it 4 years or 30. When you get the fuck out, you know, everyone's got their real fucking issues. You know?
So that was going to be my next question. I'm assuming he is retired at this point, right? Because he was fucking Master Guns before I left AVs, and that was back in fucking 2014. So actually 2014 I think is when I left. So I'm assuming that he's pretty long gone from the AV community, which means that probably all turned to shit because there's only a few fucking guys that's still out there left. I remember the majority of the gunnies that we had that was out there, no name drops, but were fucking turds.
I'm not worried.
No name drops. But, you know, it is what it is.
oh yeah, because now what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah.
Who was it?
I don't think so. The guys that I'm talking about, I don't think you know of them.
I probably don't. There's only a few people I knew in AVs because I was only there for a little while.
Yeah. So, were you a tracker the whole time or what?
Oh, I was a grunt my first 4 years. I was a mortarman.
Okay. What you with when you were 03?
Yep.
What victory unit were you with when you were in 03?
1-2 and then 2-8 for my last about year.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, so 8th Marines 2-8 got attached to no, that was 3-8. 3-8 got attached to 6th Marines because the rest of them started to disband. They started to do the disband right after 1-9. Right after 9th Marines disbanded. 3-8 the 8th Marines started fucking chopping down shit or whatever, and they just left 2-8 because 2-8 had just got back from it was either 2-8 or 3-8. It had just got back from a UDP while 8th Marines was trying to chop itself down. So I think 8th Marines at this point is probably no fucking more. 8th Marines is done. 9th Marines is done. So I just leave 6th Marines, 5th Marines, and 10th Marines.
Now, you know how many there are 2.5 companies left in the battalion, in 2nd A battalion. 2.5.
Yeah.
That's it.
That fucking broke my heart hearing about all that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you because it's like it all torn apart like that after seeing it, you know, just being what it was for so long.
But you know what? They did it to not only they did it to all the mechanized units. Mm-hmm. They did it to tanks. And it really hurt tanks. Like as much as it hurt AVs, it hurt tanks more because they're a significantly smaller fucking unit than AVs is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they took, you know, and I was the assistant armory chief at tanks when I was there, and they fucking shut that bitch down, and 2 companies right away. Like they had Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta and HNS, you know, 2 companies right away gone, and they took the infantry, the 2 infantry platoons. It was a scout platoon, and I think it was a scout platoon and a mortar platoon. They took both of those bitches and moved them back to the to Victor units. So that battalion just like lost its fucking infantry capabilities. It lost its fucking 2 tank units, and one of the tank companies was fucking deployed on a mute. So at any given time, there's only 1 tank company back in the rear.
But and when they swapped over to that fucking MRAP, there's all these IEDs and shit. put the kibosh, really the need for everything that we are and all these other fucking units are no more. Like, they're talking about all these amphibious capabilities and everything, but when's the last time we've done a fucking like a legitimate amphibious landing?
Well, the last amphibious landing that happened in I guess military history, not just American history, was just recently in Oman. There was the UAE did an amphibious landing on Oman.
Or when, like, Smith, you were part of the MU when y'all went into fucking to go pull all those fucking people out, right?
When it was Israel was invading Lebanon in 2006, and it was because they weren't invading Lebanon, they were invading Beirut, but we were evacuating all the citizens and everything like that, and because they had a couple of Israeli soldiers. And said, hey, give them back, we're going to start bombing. And they didn't. And the Israelis were fucking literally on bombing raids and blowing shit up as we're literally just sitting right off the coast evacuating motherfuckers. Like, they didn't even give a shit that we were there. You know what I mean? Like, they actually had, like, they buzzed us a few times with a lot of their fucking air. Just, not giving a shit. Not trying to fucking be assholes or anything.
Yeah.
But, was just completely, not giving a shit, which was cool. I like that. You know what I mean? So I dig it.
But drop bombs on my goddamn head. Fuck that shit. But
yeah.
No, I definitely. But that's the thing, though. Looking at it, really, I mean, just be realistic about it. They're looking at it as there's not really much of a need for it anymore. So they're fucking
yeah.
Especially with the stuff that we're involved in the Mideast right now. Afghanistan, you ain't taking no fucking AV. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody.
Wow, but they're still trying to keep the amphibious side of of tracks. But the downfall as to why all those units ended up getting smaller. It didn't really have anything to do with like making a decision of the capabilities of the Marine Corps. It really had everything to do with the downsizing of the Marine Corps. You know what I mean? So like they was like, okay, well, do we need all these assets if we're only using them for fucking 2 MUs? You know what I mean? Or for 3 MUs. So they just started rotating, for tank companies. They just rotated one company had 4 platoons, three tanks and a fucking headquarters element. They just rotated the headquarters element and the 3 tanks and the MUs, and then for the other company, they rotated the headquarters element and the 3 tanks for the UDPs. And they just rotated them that way. So it was like,
I bet those vehicles were great.
Yeah. So we don't really need all these other tanks, because literally that's what was going on. Is the only thing that was going on was UDPs and MUs, and out of those, 4 companies. You're looking at what? 3, 6, 9. You're looking at 16 tanks that are doing jack shit at any given time. But hey, let's go to fucking AP Hill and Pickett and do some fucking do some training. You know what I mean? Like, and that's it. Let's waste money and go to
because
go to my Viper and do nothing there too. So. They weren't really doing too much of anything. And it's saying, not too much with tracks, but once tracks drop down the fucking companies, like, the problem is tracks are so fucked up, and Iron wasn't going to accept a lot of those vehicles. So the companies, the whole battalion lost all of its assets, and they moved everybody, they shipped everybody to the left to Alpha and Bravo company. But they still had to maintain all the rest of those fucking vehicles.
That's what I hear now, man.
So they couldn't get all those vehicles to Iron. So they almost at one point had like one platoon that was literally set up to like run vehicles and just to make sure shit's running for the month, and then start back over again. And hey, we got to do some fucking pre-ops and let's do some maintenance runs on these vehicles to make sure that we can continue to keep them up. This way we can try to keep in touch with the IRON, and the shit just is not working out. So I mean, hopefully they get rid of them. They're probably just gonna sell them to fucking Korea, some shit like that.
Well, no, especially after they dumped the motherfucking EFV, especially after that got fucking scrapped.
Fucking night.
Yeah.
Used to go over and see that bitch all the time from the fucking schoolhouse, man. It would break down consistently. I can't tell you how many times I saw that bitch getting pulled out the fucking jetty by the AEVs.
You know what happened to it, Joey?
Hmm?
You know what happened to it?
No. Like, once
Dude.
I left the community, I was fucking like,
Dude.
cut ties with everybody and didn't talk to no fucking body for like 3 fucking years.
So they completely scrapped the EFV project. Okay, completely 100%. The Marine Corps did away with it because they couldn't get past so many electric issues and all this kind of shit, and it was getting too expensive, too long, all that crap. Scrapped it, sold the fucking program or whatever to China that did away with all the bullshit electronic shit and made it fucking work. And now it has like a fucking working EFV fucking, you know, because they took out all the bullshit, you know what I mean?
So you mean China better than we did? Who knew?
Well, they just, I'm not saying that, man, but it was just, you know, we could have made it work, but it was just probably a good example of, you know, some kind of political, bureaucratic nonsense bullshit, you know.
There's a lot of money going into that fucking contract, and that's the thing is there's a lot of people in fucking Congress who have stocks and things like that in those same companies. So, of course, they're going to sit and fucking pump dollar after dollar into it. But I mean, the thing is like most of the stuff talked about with, they said a lot of it was hydraulic issues was the main issue that they were.
It's electronic and the hydraulic issues.
Because it was just a fucking nightmare with so many like moving fucking parts and everything else that ran off the hydraulic lines. You missed one fucking line, and dude, you know what? Even an AEV, dude, one hydraulic line goes down, it fucks up that whole system. And
yeah.
I couldn't imagine this goddamn thing. I was like, fuck that noise, dude. They're talking about the damn fucking roll up, and it would fucking roll in like a goddamn transfer and shit.
Uh-oh. You know who this is?
No idea.
Joseph.
Fuck you doing, Fred? Look how
What is? What's up, brother? How you doing?
Chinese out of shit. You all right?
No, I'm just waiting on laundry right now, man. I'm sitting at the laundromat.
Ain't the life for me, I tell you. Unless they got like, then it's fucking awesome.
The only show in history where you can jump on and somebody goes from talking about race to talking about military shit to talking about laundry in a matter of fucking 30 minutes.
That's how comedy work, though. God damn it, that's how it is. Every station I've been in the fucking military works this exact same way. Eventually somebody will talk about being hungry and be talking about food and
then fat girls.
Got that bitches.
Dude, you remember that fucking sticker that I had on the back? I had a sticker on the back of my Jeep. And I fucking miss that damn Jeep, dude. I love that thing. But anyway, it was an eagle of an anchor, and around it said, you know, United States Marine Corps helping fat chicks get laid since 1775. And I remember one time, man, it was the coolest. It was so fucking badass. It was at that intersection of Western and 24, right at the Walmart and the Applebee's and all that shit.
fucking the guy Jacksonville Ninja been doing it.
Yeah, with Jacksonville Ninjas always out there doing his shit. God, I love the Jacksonville Ninja too, man. That dude's gangster as shit. But shit, you fucked me up, Joey. Now I'm Jacksonville Ninja. You fucked me up. What was I going?
Fat chick stickers, Jeep.
Oh yeah. Anyway, yeah. So I'm sitting at that stoplight, and I look in my rearview mirror, and there's a car, and there's a couple of fucking really, really big gals sitting in the fucking passenger seat and driver's seat, and I see one lean forward and read it, and just start dying laughing, and points it out to the other one, and they start dying laughing, and she takes and pulls her camera out, takes a picture out, and I put my hand out the window, and I gave her a thumbs up and honked the horn, and she was fucking giving me a thumbs. It was funny as shit. But well, yeah,
Are you sitting in the driver and the passenger seat, like they were like congealing the other one, you know?
You're stupid.
Was the front end touching the wheel well? I was fucking evil.
Don't hate. Everyone's hating, man.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him.
How long have you guys been on there?
I've only been on for like 30 minutes, maybe if that long.
He was having some technical issues with his computer again.
Yeah.
Is it the microphone or the computer, bud?
It's a bit of both. I I mean, because I'm not on. I was telling Woody, I'm not on my old fucking my PC that I was using before that was running fine. I'm on my wife's fucking old school Dell Inspiron from like fucking from 1864, which is a pretty old goddamn computer. So, but I can use it to make all my beats and shit on. But as far as using it to stream and do videos and shit, it's got one of those old cameras where like when you move a little bit, it shows like 3,000 images of you really slow, and then when you stay still, all of them catches back up. It's got like this weird matrix effect to it. So I'm like, all right. And then
They don't
I don't know why the sound driver's not working, so I just said, fuck it. Like, I'm just going to record from my phone now.
They don't issue you guys a PC, man?
You said what, Fred?
They don't issue you guys a PC? Fuck.
Nah, I mean, I have a PC, but it's a government one, and I can't use it for, like, I'm not going to download Discord on a government computer and use my phone.
Is it a tough book? Is it a tough book?
No, it's not a tough book. It's actually a, is it a Dell? I don't know what it is. I think it's a Dell. It's a Dell, but it's got Windows 10 on it, and it runs pretty goddamn slow because it's government issued shit. So.
Dude, I remember like reading a whole bunch of shit, like, or every time you read an article about some kind of crap going down with the government, and somebody, some level of government, military, whatever, some scandal where there's a bunch of shit happening over the line with sexting. It's like, man, I couldn't pull up shit when I would use the government computer, man. How the fuck did all these people get away with all this bullshit? You know what I mean? They like do all this crap online and all this fucking, like, I don't know. It just surprised me how people thought they could get away with shit or thought it was a good idea. You know what I mean? Like when that whole fucking the Marine Online.
Get away with it.
What?
Like, think about it. Like, all the dumb shit, like stupid shit you've seen people do while they were in. You just look at it and you're like, you can't even say, like, I know you remember that motherfucker. Fred, I know you remember that motherfucker. Those things he would do sometimes, I couldn't even yell at him. I was like, how can you be so goddamn fucking stupid? Like, it made me feel dumber knowing the stupid shit that he did. But the thing, people do things like that all the time. Like, you remember the trio of girls in Iraq that downloaded that fucking video on them like peeing on each other or some crazy shit? Fucking in the little computer center, and somebody got a hold of it, and it went, and it's like, did that? You're looking at it like, what were you thinking? Like, or why were you not thinking? More like, would
one of the greatest videos I've ever seen was it was a video that was floating around Afghanistan, and I don't know if you guys. But it was a guy in a truck, like on route clearance, and he was on the 605, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I got blown up. We got blown up over here the other day. Fucking got blown up here the other day." And oh my God, what is she doing? And it was some fucking female, giving him a fucking blowjob. And he was, oh no, that's not fucking right. That's dangerous. Oh my God. And it got passed around. And it got on the share drive, I think, man. And yeah, it was funny.
See, then what's funny to me is that, like, yeah, it gets on the share drive, but guess what, asshole? I can see who is the first person who put this up on the share drive. Like,
that's what I
like, I can see the fucking card that gets uploaded in the account, like the digital account that gets uploaded with this video. Like, what made you think that this was a good idea? And then when you get the video, what makes you think it was a good idea to tell another guy that this is, like, I could see all that stuff? People are fucking retarded.
Well, let me ask you this, man, because like to kind of take it to a next level of the same topic. Like, so when I was a Marine, like when I was still active duty, I would have, like, when I saw that, I thought it was the coolest motherfucking thing and funny as shit, and I didn't give a fuck. But now in my life, like, yeah, I still I still feel the same way, but at the same time, like, now it actually repulses me a lot. You know what I mean? And How do you, is that normal? Do you guys feel like that too?
It's because it may not for Fred, but for me, I
Man,
don't want to speak for him.
I'm
But
good on this side.
yeah, for me, it's disgusting now seeing.
Yeah. God bless you.
But you know what I think it is? I think part of it is it's disgusting because I have kids, but I think the other part of it is like the female entities I have in my life.
Yeah, man.
Usually with my wife. So like back in the days, I look at this shit like big dumb fucking stupid idiot Marine watching stupid videos of other people doing stupid shit, nasty shit, and sticking fingers in
It's
assholes and
degrading, dog.
like,
It's
and it was
degrading.
funny.
Yo,
But then,
beating
the
off, beating off.
the opinions and views of the women that you kind of hold near and dear to your heart kind of play into
You're right.
how much of an asshole you get in your body that goes away, you know. So usually people that still think and do derogatory shit like that, they're usually not. So, and I'm not. They're usually not in a committed relationship. And while
And man, and Joey, I don't judge any of that, man. Like I do not judge anyone on shit, especially like sexual stuff, man. Like so guys like Jim Norton. I don't know if you've ever listened to Jim Norton, but he's very fucking open about how fucking just out there he is with his sexual exploits, you know what I mean? And I don't fucking care. I would love to sit down and talk and literally just, on all the fucking crazy shit that he just would talk about, you know what I mean? So I don't judge anybody, man. I really fucking don't. But at the same time, I really have a high standard of self-respect, and especially for the women in my life, you know what I mean? And the women I care about, and I don't like to see that.
I'm talking about why the
now
fuck
with that
would you
being
video
said, I'm not.
computer room? You know, for everybody to get a hold of. Like if you're gonna do some shit like that, fucking make it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because once it got out on base and everybody saw it, like that one little stupid fucking mistake, and you can't blame anybody else because you did it. You know, it was like watching a guy get a DUI, get in JP, and be like, "I got fucked." Like, fuck yourself, right? Like, and you know, I don't know. That was the only issue I took with it because, like, look what happened to their reputation. It fucking goddamn. Everybody saw that shit, and they were on Fallujah. So it's not like they could fucking avoid being seen. So, like,
Might as well sell it and make a sex tape now. Make some money off of it.
That's so shitty. That's the thing too, man. Like, how many fucking people are like that kind of literally take that last step of celebrity, where it's like, you become a celebrity because of something infamous, and you just kind of fucking trail, and hang on to that infamy. I'm important, I'm famous because I did this one fucking thing, and it's usually like, reality TV stars and bullshit like that. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to get money, y'all.
no, the military is nasty about that shit anyway. Okay.
I said I'm just trying to get this money, dog. That's it.
What?
No,
I'm
you're
trying to
not,
get paid.
dog.
I'm
That's
trying to
not what you're just trying to do.
You
get
you trying to quota?
Nah, man. Fuck that.
You gotta get those numbers in.
You're gonna make a lot of money,
that
dude.
it's overrated, man. Like even the money shit is overrated. Like I just wanna. I would never ever like. I wouldn't even entertain it. Like motherfuckers that I know. Like I'm a hipster, bro. Like in every sense of the word, I'm a fucking hipster.
Would you just ask?
Quit fucking crazy, dude. Smith started moving all fast and shit, and then don't at all. And then like you'd be talking, and I could hear him over top of it, and then it just went to shit, and then it just cut off.
Yeah, you got kicked off pretty quickly, but that's how we roll this, man. That's how it goes down, and that's why we have to record it, because I can go back and edit all the bullshit out and take out all the dumb little fucking mishaps and everything like that, and make it just smooth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This 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 is literally like the dopest fucking show on the planet. I think. I don't think.
I heard you saying something about making money. Fred laughed, and then I was fucking gone. That was it. After that, so.
I'm just bullshit, man. It's just like I don't like all the people that's out there that's doing shit for the fame and like doing shit for money. Like that's one thing that I've never really been interested in. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I'm aware of commerce. I'm aware that I need some cash to fucking pay bills and mortgage and all other bullshit. But like, I don't get for anything that we're doing, whether it be this fucking show or my music, or well, Fred is a different story with throwing axes. Like he's trying to get some money out of that. But everything that I guess there's a small like little ulterior motive, make money. But for the most part, man, like motherfuckers that are out there doing things solely to make money, they're not doing it being genuine, and I wish them fucking struggles in life because they are not righteous.
Like I hope you fucking get
Everything you could possibly struggle without death. If you're doing things just for the money and you're not doing it because one, you genuinely love it, and two, you want to help people and affect people like that, I hope like somehow you get addicted to heroin and
What?
Damn.
like no, dude, like do things because you want to help people.
I mean, like
Don't
heroin,
do things out of greed.
drug
Like I
habit.
hope you get addicted to heroin, and then all the money that you essentially made
So
from that.
hold on. So I have a question.
Like I hope your butthole flips inside out or some crazy.
So if somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, I want you to sell this piece of metal. You'll make a fucking commission at $250,000 for selling this fucking metal." You damn right I'm gonna try to sell that piece of fucking metal. I might not like it, but I'm gonna fucking sell that shit.
No, but see, my purpose for selling, I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna sell it to somebody that can actually use the product and get something out of it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do like, and this is what I'm talking about, like the righteousness of it.
You gonna sell it to the first
Like,
motherfucker? You gonna sell it to the first guy with $250,000, bro? First guy.
and even that concept is a little skewed. Like I don't know how to fuck. Like that was making. You gotta use a better example of that because you mean to tell me I'm gonna sell a piece of steel and somebody else is gonna give me money for selling that piece of steel?
Commission. I was giving you a situation, man. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, that situation made no sense. No fucking sense.
But all kind of threw me for a loop there for a second.
Is that
Yeah, we knew the point. We knew the point you're making, though, man.
I just kind of go a little bit overboard when I say shit, rightfully.
No, I get it, man. No, I fucking get it, man. I legitimately have never been really concerned about fucking money, man. Like, really, I really have never fucking been bent out of shape about it. I've never really fucking been over fucking like just worrisome about it. I really never have. And that's been a bad thing because I fucking have wasted a lot of it with dumb shit, you know what I mean? And that's always fucking been like that for a vast majority, but of thank God I got my finances and all that bullshit under control basically around the same time that I got fucking sober because that was something that I could fucking focus effort to, you know what I mean? Like work on your fucking finances, square your shit away, you know? All that kind of crap. And but yeah, I just I'm not I don't, man. I legitimately just if you answered me a fancy job that paid really fucking cool, or hey, come be on this fucking TV show, I would literally be like, no, man. I'm good. I'm good. I like being a fucking stay-home mom dad right now. You know what I mean? And I don't want to have to go to fucking back to work for anybody. I don't want a fucking boss. You know what I mean? That's why we're doing this too, man. So we don't have to have a fucking boss ever again.
I'm still employed with the military.
Oh, Joey, I gotta ask you this: have you ever fucking tried using? Did you ever fucking use medicinal marijuana? You ever tried weed at all to fucking deal with any of that shit? No. Fuck, man. You look like you're tired again, Fred. Damn it.
No, I'm good, man. Well, I'm tired, but it is what it is. I'm always.
Things been going good at the lodge, though, right? At Rawl.
What's up?
I said everything's been going good though at the fucking at Rawl, right? Can I call it Rawl?
Yeah, Raw. Rao. No, Rao.
Rao's a guy? Okay.
Yeah, no, it's been going fucking great, man. I can't complain, honestly.
I really want to do that fucking idea, man. I really, really, really want to try that shit out. I really think that'd be fucking cool. Especially if you were cool with it and the people there were cool. Like if you had really cool clients that were in there fucking having a good time, I think that'd be cool as shit.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they'd be cool with it, man. I mean, like I said, for the most part, they're cool with the Instagram photos and videos and shit like that. They like to see themselves on our social media platform, you know.
Fred, someone scared me, man. There was somebody running behind you, and I saw him in the thing, and it fucking made me freak out for a second. Like someone was fucking. Are you at a gas station?
No, I'm just parked at the laundromat, like just
Oh,
for my
that's right.
closing, like right before I tune into the chat. So I got maybe like another 10 minutes.
Dude, laundromats are the best place to do thinking, to do reading.
What's that?
Fucking Gallagher.
What is?
I wish they had a couple fucking arcade games in here.
They used to, man. That was the joy of being a kid going to the laundromat, dude. Play some motherfucking Miss Pac-Man. I'm saying, wasting quarters on that shit.
I haven't seen it. Are there any arcades you think that are still actually fucking open like that? Like actual legitimate arcades?
2 of them actually.
Really? No shit?
They have all the games already ready to play. Like you don't put quarters in. You go and you'll give them like $10 admission. They'll give you a band and you can just fucking play all you want. But they're like old ass, like the little Ninja Turtle fucking fighting game and all that other shit.
Yeah.
Pretty outstanding. Yeah.
I like I forget what event it was, but I went to a Dave and Buster's and just basically a big arcade for adults with all the big ass fucking cool video games and all that fucking cool shit, man. Like it was I've had a good time at Dave and Buster's and especially not just because we're having fun drinking or anything like that, but it was just because I was fucking around on all the dumb games and shit. It was a good time.
I was always about the cosmic bowling, man. That's where it was. That's where I was at. Getting hammered.
The where?
The cosmic bowling and Dave and Buster's.
Yeah.
We got that shit here at the Opry Mills Mall. It's been a fucking forever since I've been up there, but that's what me and my buddies used to go do all the time. Was go up there and get fucking sloshed and throw fucking neon glowing fucking bowling balls at the wrong lane and shit.
Where do you live now, Joe? Where do you live now? Is it
it's
Joey?
Where exactly are you living at, Joey? You actually broke up when you were explaining.
I'm in Tennessee, Murfreesboro. Just about 30 minutes outside of Nashville.
Okay. Shit. I don't know why. I was gonna say I don't know why, but I thought you were on the West Coast somewhere.
Fuck no. I'd never make it out there, man. I'm the wrong fucking person to put on the West Coast.
You'd be fine. You'd be fine, man. You'd be fine.
Oh, I'd be burned alive, fucking crucified in Berkeley somewhere.
Yeah, probably. I like to give myself shit because I have gotten so soft-hearted, like legitimately so, and I'm proudly so, man. Like I really avoid a lot of that bullshit, man. I really fucking truly do. And I kind of have because if I'm always fucking like seeking conflict and shit all the time, that bleeds into like I'm a stay-home dad of fucking little babies, you know what I mean? And if I'm always fucking seeking conflict, whether it's online or whatever the fuck, man, that translates into somehow I just regardless if I'm on social media, like and I'm getting pissed off and then I'm mad and like I just can't do that shit.
Well, man, that's the thing. Like, I'm a 37-year-old man on a college campus having 18, 19-year-old kids telling me that fucking I'm a horrible person and I don't know what it means to fucking live a real life because I was in the military and all this other shit. And it's like, you need to get the fuck up out my face before I tell you how to fucking win. But, like, it's just stupid to deal with. So I'm around this, and it's on my Facebook feed. And, I feed into arguments really badly, and I probably shouldn't. And I enjoy the fuck out of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not on like a trolling end, but I just like how we're discussing things here. It's the same way. I'm not gonna sit and insult people. I'm not gonna call somebody a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna call them that or not. I'll just debate their opinion with them and be like, okay, why do you feel like you said? Why do you feel this way? Well, okay, well this is my retort to that, like, okay, well, this is my opinion. Here's why, A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. And if they don't agree with it, fucking so be it. You know, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to fucking feel the same way I do. I would never expect that of anybody, but you do have to accept that that's my fucking opinion. And if you don't like it, you go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Like like I said, I much rather would get to know somebody and appreciate, like really just get to know who somebody is, and like them or dislike them for who they are as a person, versus liking them or disliking them and basing a relationship off opinion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know this person just because we've had political discussions, and that's all I know about that guy is his political opinion. You know, I don't want to be in a relation. I don't want to have relation. You know what I mean? I don't want to know anybody that I don't know as a person. You know, I don't know. It's figuring, man. I feel so fucking like exact opposite of how I used to be with people, because I used to be the same way, man. You remember how I used to not give a fuck, you know, like fuck you, I don't give a and intentionally, you know, I mean, I did, I would engage motherfuckers intentionally, so, and because I wanted to prove people wrong, and I wanted to fuck be like, yeah, I'm right, yeah, and I don't give a fuck.
Not really
You
mad
know?
at wrong. This is the thing. This is funny because it's like it took me getting out of probably the biggest group thing on the fucking planet, who I was as a fucking, to develop being an individual, because that's something that, like, I have a fucking major problem with a lot of people, is this whole fucking group identity, the whole intersectionality, that, like, okay, well, if you're part of this group, or are you also part of this group and this group and this group, and fucking that makes up who you are. And it's like, no, the fuck it doesn't. That's not who the fuck you are. You know what I'm saying? Going to get close. No, it bothers the fucking shit out of me, because, like, you see it so much that nobody wants to just be them. Like, they have to have some kind of a fucking label attached to who they
Yep.
are. You know, and it's funny because for the longest time we did. We had a name tape, fucking Marines, you know, and everybody can say, well, you're a fucking Marine until you die, because once you earn the title, you're always, you know, once a Marine, always a Marine. And that's not the fucking case. I mean, it's there, it's in your blood, it's who you are, but at the same time, it's really fucking not. And people are doing this with identity so fucking much, because you're not allowed to have your own personal identity anymore. You're not allowed to think of yourself as a fucking individual, because for fucking whatever goddamn reason they have. In the military, it makes fucking sense, because you're supposed to be part of a fucking team and think of yourself as one fucking unit. Out here, that's not how that should fucking be working. You know, I shouldn't go to a college campus and fucking look and walk over to a fucking group of people who aren't the same skin color as me, who don't fucking think the same politically as me, and fucking have them look at me and tell me I'm fucked up and need to go away because I'm not a Democrat, I'm not black, I'm not fucking, I have differing views on immigration or whatever the case may be. Just accept me for who I am. You know, Joey Woodard, that's me. I'm, you know, 6'1", 230 pounds. I've fucking got a pissy attitude, but I'm friendly to most people as long as you're not an asshole. You know, just accept me for what it is. Just be done with it. But that's not the
Yeah.
case anymore.
Well, no, and that's why, man, like that's why I don't even bother, because I don't give a fuck what you look like, what you think, or what you believe. If you're a good person, genuinely a good person, I'm gonna want to be around
Yeah.
you. And if you really are, then you're gonna accept me for my beliefs anyway. Like that's what I care about, is if you're genuinely a good person. And if you genuinely are, because I think that I am, you know, I like to think that, then when and if you're a really good person, you're not going to fucking exclude me. You know, you're not going to be a person who gives a fuck about labels anyway. And if you are somebody who identifies yourself and you really believe that you are who you are based on what you say, you know, that's one of those terms, man. You're a mile wide and an inch deep. You know. And I just I don't care about that, man. You know, I intentionally just try to repel all negative bullshit. You know what I mean? That includes people. That's mostly negative people. You know. But if you're just a good person, you're cool as shit. You know, and you just, you know, if I like being around you and I think you're sincere and genuine, man, I don't give a fuck what you believe or what you look like. You know, if you better my life, if you make me a happier person because you're in my life, that's a good thing. You know? So,
But that's the thing, though, is like, I prefer to be around people like that. But I
yeah.
avoid the conflict side of those other kinds of fucking people. Because I look at that as like it's doing it is okay. Well, if you want to fucking play the asshole game, I guarantee you I'm going to fucking win because I can guarantee you I'm a bigger asshole than you are. You know, I've been doing it for a lot longer and I'm fucking way better. But since I've actually fucking met some really cool fucking people and had some really good conversations. Something that I don't try to not confront because you almost have to. Talking about earlier, I'm not going to stand there and just aimlessly scream at fucking random people, passerbys that aren't going to give a shit about what I'm going to say. I'm going to approach somebody on a fucking individual level, and I'm going to have that fucking tough conversation with them and fucking try and force my way in. The point to be like, no, okay, I'm going to fucking hear you out, and you're going to fucking hear me out, and eventually we're going to come to common ground. I'm going to find that little fucking hole that you're going to leave open, that you're going to agree with me on something, whether you want to believe you are or not. And I'm just going to pick at it. I'm going to fucking pick at it. I'm going to fucking pick at it until you open up a little bit more. You know, and that's something that a lot of people don't do anymore. They're too fucking tribal about the way they go about things. Like they're just sit there and it's like, well, I'm not going to have nothing to do with this person because of fucking X, Y, or Z. And, you know, they're just automatically going to make the assumption that they're bad because they're different.
Well, that's why I ask questions about people, man. That's why, I never try to convince everyone or prove them right. Like I literally, like I said before, man, I'll just ask them a question about themselves, why they believe in that, and then compare their beliefs, like try to compare who they are as a person to whatever belief they say they're fucking, they're professing. You know what I mean? So that's why because that's really how I like to engage conversations. Oh, that's what you believe? Well, why do you believe in that? You know what I mean? Okay, you believe in that for that reason. Well, what do you think about this situation? How can you believe in this? And really just ask them honest questions. Instead of trying to prove my point, I want them to convince me and themselves of why their point is right. Convince me.
The thing,
Uh,
I don't need to I don't need to impose my point or my viewpoint, and I don't need them to do
yeah.
that to me. I just like to try and prove that there is commonality there.
Yeah, exactly. For sure.
You know, like I think one of the coolest things I've done since I've been in school, when I was at Ball State, it was Black History Month last year, so February of last year. They soul food luncheon. These old black come in with all this fucking bomb ass food, and you just soul food's fucking good ass shit, man. Got them fucking goddamn cousin greens, fried chicken, all that stuff. And this stuff I grew up on. My granny cooked me that stuff, you know, and that was one thing that I was talking to them about, and like everybody had their sidebar conversations, and at the end, they pick people out to say, hey, just randomly, it's like, hey, and I got picked. Okay, well, what do you think we gained out of this luncheon today? Because it was like a bunch of us there, and I was like, that food is a common ground for everyone. But it is, I mean, it doesn't matter fucking what your agreements are, disagreements are, no matter what. There's that common ground that's there. That's like this food is stuff that I grew up in the deep south of Tuscaloosa, Alabama for the first few years of my life. And it was funny because my grandparents hated black people, hated them. And I had that bullshit fed to me my whole fucking life. And straight out is what it is. And that was one thing I never understood, because looking back on it in my teenage years, there was my grandparents had so much in common with every other black person I knew. I was like, they acted the same. They fucking did a lot of the same shit. They cooked the same food. They lived in the same fucking type of environment. So literally the only thing they hated was the fact that they were black. And that's just fucking stupid. I was like, if you have all these other commonalities that are there that you can relate to somebody on, why are you going to pick the fucking one goddamn thing that is the most meaningless, like politics or any other shit, and like, or just fucking stupid.
Well, I really try to comprehend. I really try, man, because again, when I go into a conversation with somebody, I feel that it is much easier to get common ground and to get somebody to listen to your perspective if you first really try to fucking ask the and really try to listen first. You know what I mean? People are way more receptive when you listen first to them. They're way more receptive to what you have to say. You know what I mean? Um, and that comes with that empathy. You know what I mean? If you can really fucking listen, if someone really believes that you're listening to them and understands them, they're really going to fucking open up and really try to do the same. You know, if it's a genuine fucking connection. You know, if you're genuinely understanding somebody. Uh, but um, but yeah, man, it's the same thing. I don't know. I think that it's just the more and more you ask someone, the more and more you fucking get to know them as a person and try to draw lines to what their beliefs are, depending on whatever the fuck it is you're talking about. You know what I mean? And if they're genuinely and sincerely like interested in figuring out whatever the fuck topic it is you're talking about, you know, I think that's a better way to get people to see your point is if you get to know them as a person on a person level rather than on like an opinion level, like you were talking about. You know what I mean? Bringing the food, you know, and how
Yeah,
food fucking it is. It's a great equalizer, man. I mean, food is something that everyone can come around on. And if you fucking get to know someone based on who they are as a person rather than what their fucking political views are, you go like, wow, you know, I like you as a person, and then we get to religion and politics later. You're way more likely to treat that person with way more respect during those conversations than engaging in those right away.
that
You know,
is getting to that point is so fucking hard to do nowadays.
it is.
And that's the thing, and that's why I'm such a bully about the way I do things. You know, like I'll fucking intentionally pick fights with people just so I can start tossing in jokes and cutting up with them because I know they're more likely to fucking open up with me that way. You know, like the professor I was talking about earlier. Like I said, we do not fucking get along about damn near 90% of the shit we think. You know, like she's hardcore fucking socialist. I definitely fucking am not. But there are certain opinions that we do share as far as taking care of people that need it. I think it should be done through personal charity. I don't think through a government forcing you to take money away from you. But like, she's like, well, it's the same thing. I'm like, nah, fuck. Because when the government takes taxes from people, they're taking it from fucking people that don't have it. So, but how much fucking good is that doing them? But you know, but that's the thing though is that because I know her as a fucking professor, she's 20. I'm 10 years old, just about, and but I still respect her on that professional end because she was teaching me a class, you know, and it's like I fucking have a lot more fucking life experience than you do. I guarantee it. But you know more about this than I do, and I'm going to feed into everything you fucking tell me, and I'll discard what I don't agree with. Don't get me wrong, whether it's fucking right or wrong. But shit, she likes Star Trek. I like Star Trek. Fucking huge goddamn nerd. Surprised anybody watching this. I'm a fucking geek. But like, but we talk about a lot of that same similar shit. You know, fucking anything that comes up, you know, I'll share it with her, like, hey, have you seen this? Have you seen this movie? Check this movie out. Or like restaurants around here. I'm always recommending restaurants to her to come try because she's a fucking foodie bigger than shit. And we get along on that end. And we can have general conversations. Or if I have something that fucking honestly want an outside opinion on from like the left, I'll fucking send it to her. I'm like, hey, what do you think about this?
Mm-hmm.
She's like,
because you like each other because you like each other as people. You know what I mean?
But nobody wants to fucking do that anymore. Nobody does. Well, fucking, I was watching that fucking one that you did with fucking Kevin the other night about being in a fucking truck. Somebody and that they just didn't fucking get along. They hated each other the whole fucking deployment. You know, and St. Louis, they all talk about Hefner is who it was. About fucking Hef. And they said that, you know, there's times they just didn't fucking get along with each other, this, that, and the other. But once you got forced into a situation where you had to get to know each other, everything else just went out the fucking way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, there's some fucking people that I think are complete douchebags and I'll never fucking like. And that's just fucking how that is. You know, no matter how much fucking common ground I try to find with them, no, you're just a fucking prick and I hope you die. But there's not enough of crying. There's just not, you know, but that's what I try to do. I try to pick at people until I find something. And then I can just work at that one little thing and then broaden it out from there. And then start sharing opinions, start debating, start doing things like that.
Well, yeah, man. Well, fuck. We got. Obviously, we'll do it again, man. You go get some fucking sleep. Fucking yeah, you look tired.
It's been a long day. I'm probably gonna hop off here. Be good. Hopefully it edits out a little bit fucking better. If not, we'll do another one. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, no, man, that's the thing. We we just do this all. We can talk as much as we fucking want whenever we want, man. So, that's, dude, I can't tell you how much I appreciate you fucking actually calling, man, and like it genuine. I sincerely, really fucking do appreciate talking, man. I really fucking do, and glad it's happening. You know what I mean? I hope we keep fucking doing it. Like ask Fred, man. I tell him all the fucking time on Marco Polo. It really fucking makes me happier the fucking more I have you motherfuckers in my life, man. So I appreciate you always fucking doing this, man. I really do. It means a lot. So thank you. Go get some sleep, homie. I got you. Go get some sleep. All right, brother.
Nice seeing you, Woody.
Be good, man.
Later, brother.